They pull a knife, we pull a
Yeah.
gun. We put one of theirs in the hospital, we'll put one of theirs in the morgue. That's the shooting from the lip way.
Shooting from the Lip features views and opinions from smart, funny, serious, and not so serious people. This show is intended for a mature and not so mature audience. Enjoy the show.
What is up? Kevin Hale in the Shooting from the Lip house tonight. This Wednesday night, March 25th, 2016. I'm alive and kicking it with my special guest co-host, the lovely Jeni Carr. Jeni, does hearing your voice ever get old?
You know, I was going to say, that is one sexy intro you got there.
I
don't know where you got that, but man.
Yeah. It's all the way live with that voice.
By the way, it's May 25th. It is not March 25th.
I said March, didn't I? All right, you're right.
You did. Now, what would you do without me? I am here to totally keep you straight.
I know. I'd be still in the middle of spring, but I'm glad you're with me tonight. You've been a recurring co-host, one of my favorite people. JC, what is up with you? No. What's up?
Well, as far as the chickens go, they're out of the house now. Like, seriously, they're able to get out of the coop. The chickens have made their way out to freedom. Otherwise, I got the yard cut today. Got a little bit of mulch spread. But as far as musically, the past couple of weeks I've been blessed enough to spend some time out at the county line with Chris Lucian and all those fine folks out there. We did a Shirley's Way benefit back on Oaks Night. We did a little pink out event, and then just last week, I guess it was. Gosh, it seems like already a month has passed by, but just last week we had our American Cancer Society benefit out there, which was off the hook. We had so much fun out there, so many great bands and great people, and Chris and everybody did such a great job, everybody that was involved. It was a lot of fun, but I think this week I'm doing the very first ever Friday Fest at the Highview Park. So
I saw that, yeah.
Yeah, interested to see how that goes. I love festival time, but especially when we get to kick off new ones, you know.
Yeah, I was going to say that I'm not familiar with that, so this is truly their first time doing this?
This is like it. It's literally the first Friday Fest, and they're going to have it going on, I think, all the way up through September, the first week of September. I've got a couple dates booked there, so excited to see how that goes. Hope some folks will come out.
Very
Hopefully
cool.
The weather will hold out for us.
Yeah, that's this Friday. What's the timing on that, Jeni?
I believe I am supposed to start at 7 o'clock.
Very cool. Done benefits. You've got a benefit coming up on June the 5th. June the 5th.
Sunday, June the 5th. It's not only just a big benefit. It is a huge benefit. If anybody out there has never been to Randy's Band-Aid, man, you've got to check it out. This year is just going to be absolutely ginormous. It's this will be the third round for it, and the third year. It's just grown and grown over the past 3 years. I was lucky enough to spend the past 6 years as a friend of Mr. Napier's, Randy Napier, who started this event, and it started the very first year we had it in this little government center out in Hillview, and it's just grown and grown and grown, and anybody who's anybody will be there and or be a part of it. So make plans now. You got to get out there. It's an awesome day.
Yeah, just to plug that real quick, Sunday, June 5th, 11 a.m. to 11 p.m., so literally 12 hours of music. Is the first act starts at 11, and then on the hour with the last act starting at 10. You're part of the gig. I talked to Mike Mulrooney, who is kind of running the show with this, the Shirley Ways thing. Their mindset is that this could be a $50,000 event. And
absolutely.
That is just, that's mind-blowing But
it's not just Louisville anymore. I mean, in just the 3 years, it's spread. Middle Tennessee businesses are involved in sponsoring this event now, and we've got artists coming in from all over the region now. Shannon Lawson, everybody knows Shannon Lawson. He was a part of it last year. I believe he's going to be there again this year, and Mike Mulrooney and everybody at Shirley's Way. They're just fabulous people, and so great to work with and work alongside on any event, but especially on Randy's Band-Aid. Yeah,
very cool. Wow. Yeah, that's the event and it's an annual event, but again, the acts, the time and energy that's put into this, I'm looking forward to seeing how it all plays out. It's going to be something. So.
I'm really excited. This year is going to be the first year that all the acts are going to be on the same stage. It had been split up a little bit before, and so I'm really excited that everybody's not going to be running back and forth from room to room to see their favorite acts and stuff, and it's all ages. So bring the whole family out. It's awesome.
Yeah, family friendly at Expo 5, 2900 7th Street in Louisville, Kentucky. So very cool, good stuff there. Jeni, moving on with the show. Got an opportunity to bring on a couple guys from a band that I've yet to see, but I plan on seeing them soon because I've heard nothing but good things about these guys. Got first off Billy Davis. Billy,
hey there, how you doing?
The namesake of the band, the Billy Davis Group.
Yeah, that's me. Infamous, yes.
The infamous one. And we got Alan Haywood with us as well. Alan, what's up, man?
Hey there, how y'all doing?
Good. Got my lovely co-host tonight, Jeni Carr, with me. Jeni, there's the guys. Happy greetings.
Hey, Jeni.
Hello. Nice to meet you guys, sort of. I think we've met along the way a couple years back, but good to talk to you guys. Great to have you.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
Start with Billy. What is the Mr. Davis quick and easy bio?
I'm originally from Scotland, and let's see, and I've been playing the guitar for a really long time, and I love playing golf, and I love hanging out with my son, who's 21 years old now, so that's the quick and easy bio. It's not very interesting.
Alan, I got to ask Alan, am I being punked here? Is Billy really from Scotland?
He's 100% purebred Scot.
Okay. I thought, man,
I mean, I don't know.
Did I just get had right away?
I don't know that anybody can pull off an accent that fancy.
I was going to say, because if he did, that was killer accent. But
if it was fake, he's watched a lot of Braveheart.
Oh, there you go.
A lot of Braveheart and a lot of Sean Connery. That'll get you there.
Yeah, I was going to say, it was more Sean Connery. It was more James Bond to me. And everyone loved Sean Connery, James Bond. So
yeah, it's James Bond all the way.
I'm more of a Sean Connery, Indiana Jones fan.
Oh, okay. That'll work.
When he was the dad, when he was Indiana Jones' dad.
That's true. Yeah, he was the dad. No.
Oh, that's right. Because he calls him Junior all the time.
Yeah.
This accent,
I tell you what,
Jenny,
this is off to a great start, isn't it, Kevin?
Exactly. We'll start, Alan. What's your quick and dirty?
Man, I'm married with 2 kids and been singing now for a couple of years. And I guess Billy's doing the show by the railroad tracks. I don't know if that's...
Oh, yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
No, you're...
And I love being around the kids. I'm actually getting ready to graduate an 8th grader tomorrow, and then Friday we're heading off to Owensboro for a travel baseball tournament. So I stay busy, and also with music we stay pretty busy. So good life.
I'm with you there when it comes to, I'll be doing the 8th grade graduation for my youngest child, my daughter, tomorrow as well. So I feel you when it comes to that.
We had our fingers crossed the whole 8th grade year, but luckily he passed. So
well, good.
We're very happy.
We've been doing that since kindergarten.
Oh my gosh! I can finally relax.
I tell you, I'm glad that those days are behind me. I don't have to worry about that. My son's he's about to be a senior at U of L, so I'm glad that's behind me.
Awesome.
Yeah.
It was fun while it lasted.
How did you wind up in Louisville?
Well, it's just going to get really personal now.
This was great.
Did Alan put a Craigslist post out there and you answered it and showed up?
He says he put an ad out. We want to call this band called the Billy Davis Group.
Exactly.
And he couldn't find a guitar player called Billy Davis, and I answered from Scotland. I was like, this is perfect.
So Alan, he covered all he met all the criteria for being in the band with you guys.
He did, especially the name.
Yeah,
I didn't even care. I didn't even care if he could play guitar. We just needed to find a Billy Davis.
Yeah, it was. He learned to play the guitar after he was in the band, right?
I taught him. Yeah. I taught him everything he knows.
Yeah.
There you go.
Exactly. No, it's my ex-wife's from here, and I met her at college in Scotland, and I ended up over here.
Oh,
and I've been here quite a long time.
Okay,
that's
very cool.
That's the true story.
Well, on this show, truth is optional, but I appreciate you being truthful. Now, tell Billy, what is your role with the band?
Definitely not vocals. No, I play. I mean, it's obviously me and Alan. You know, we run the band, and they book the shows, and we set everything up. But I'm a guitar player. We just play with one guitar player, so I cover rhythm and lead. And occasionally I sing for a joke here and there, but it really is a joke. So that would be my main function. Oh, and I'm in charge of the set list too.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's very important. Don't leave that out.
I better not leave that out.
That is important.
It really is.
You never realize how stressful making a set list is until you have to do it. And I'm very glad that Billy stepped up and took that responsibility, because it was wearing me out.
There is a true psychology to it.
Please share that. Share your psychology, Jeni.
Mine?
Yeah.
Roller coaster, 100%. Take them up, take them down. One extreme to the other.
Now, do you like to
that seems
with a really hot song, a really fast song, like a powerful song, or do you just kind of like to sort of glide your way into it?
Actually, I kind of like to build up to something that's really like a really hard song, But then if we do something that's really, really kicking, I love to right behind it, just drop the bottom of it out and go to something completely opposite and take the tempo way, way down, but then, build it back up again. I kind of like when the bottom falls out every so often and you're kind of on the edge of your seat,
Yeah, I know what you mean. I know exactly what you mean.
Well, that tends to happen at our shows quite a bit. We'll get rocking, and then Billy will have a slow song behind one of those, and we'll just skip it and go on to the next one and just keep the people dancing.
You got to go with the flow sometimes. Half the time my set list just ends up over in the corner of the stage.
Yeah, it kind of
exactly.
does. Alan being the singer, of course, is like, no, I don't think my voice can handle it. And in other words, he really just didn't want to do that song that night.
Yeah, and coincidentally, it's all we skipped the ones with the 8-minute guitar solos in it.
Yeah, I know.
It is how often does Billy command those, lengthy solos that we all can go to the bathroom and grab a shot?
Now, Kevin. I'm gonna be totally honest with you as far as solos go. I've been playing. Matter of fact, little tidbit. Today marks our 3rd year anniversary. We played our first gig 3 years ago today, and it was a wedding. So we've been playing together for 3 years, and Billy. I don't know that I've played with a better guitar player. I mean, and he doesn't necessarily like solos. He doesn't. You see, and I'm not by any means knocking any bands or anything, but you see even national bands like every song they do has a lengthy solo in it. And Billy's not about that. He likes to maybe 1 or 2 solos a set, and then but the ones that he does are pretty good. I approve.
Very cool.
Well, thanks, Alan. That's really he's never told me that before. So that makes me quite emotional.
Come on, Bill. Don't start crying on us.
You're giving props to the guitarist. This is an anniversary for you guys, so that's cool that you guys are we're talking about that tonight. So
let's
Go ahead.
let's keep it real. The band would not be where it was at without me. So let's just I got to put that out.
And here we go.
I was going to say, the voice is the voice, and
exactly.
Alan, does Billy, when he goes into his solos, does he have a good quote unquote solo face, that O face, if you will?
Well, I'm gonna the O face. I've never seen the O face, and I hope I never do. But I'll tell you this about Bill. We both, and I don't know if he wants me to say this or not, but we both sweat profusely when we were up on stage. So usually he's sweating all over the place, and he's got his eyes closed to keep the sweat from getting into his eyes, and that kind of gives off the impression that he's really into it. But yeah.
But the truth is, my eyes are just stinging.
Jump in, Jeni. What's up? What's running through that head of yours, Jeni?
Well, I'm with you on the sweating thing, because I always say real girls sweat. I don't stand still on stage, so I know the feeling there. But fake eyelashes help, just in case you want to know.
Ooh.
Oh, really?
What is it?
Fake eyelashes.
Fake
it can help the stinging a little bit.
Oh.
Okay, Billy, remember that for the next show.
You know what?
Get some.
It's probably the kind of thing I will actually do, just for shits and giggles.
Take pictures, please.
Yeah.
Yes, I will. Definitely.
Now, guys, I'm looking at your all set list. It's definitely safe to say it's a rock, bluesy, some pop music in there, but is that fair enough to describe your all's sound?
I would say pretty much. Yeah,
go ahead, Bill.
I was just going to say obviously there's a lot of rock and roll, not so much in the sense of tons of classic rock, say like Eagles and stuff. We don't do any of that. But like Led Zeppelin or the Stones, and but then we try and sometimes we'll go older than that and do the Temptations or Otis Redding, and then sometimes we'll go a lot newer. There's a few pop songs here and there, which Alan seems to really like the pop songs. So
now, Alan,
I was in a boy band years ago, so I have to. Yeah.
Do you have the moves like Jagger? Because I noticed that's a song.
Well, like Jagger, yes.
Yeah.
If it's like Jagger, then yes, I have them. Okay. I don't have any other moves. But no, that's what's great. I kind of bill ourselves as a rock and soul band, but we have we're very high energy and we're all over the place. And so if that means I have the moves, and then I guess I have them. I don't know, but I tell you, I'm just like Jeni. I don't sit still. I can't sit still during a show, so it's just not in my nature. Plus, it helps that we're playing the type of songs we're playing. So,
absolutely,
definitely. Just for a visual for people, Alan's about close to 6'6", and he's about I want to say about 250, 260. Alan.
Yeah, let's go. Let's do that.
Yeah, okay. So yeah, he's about 6'6", 208. So
yeah, I'm
he
about
does
280.
He moves around well for anybody and for a big guy, but at no point does he look like Mick Jagger.
Good Lord, Alan!
No.
You're like offensive line material.
It's safe to say that I burn at least 17 calories over the course of the show.
Oh, well, okay. 17.
Yeah, about 8 pints of fluid.
Yeah.
Let's share with us. You got 2 other members in the band, correct?
We don't talk about that, guys.
Okay. Actually,
next topic.
No. On drums, we've got Brian Halfacre, and on bass, we've got Rob Sharp. We call him the Godfather because he's really old. And but we've kind of got a new official member. I'll let you announce that one, Alan.
Yes, we have my wife, Chrissy Haywood, has been singing with us at the bigger shows. We did a show at the Chow Wagon on Derby Eve down there on the waterfront, and she kind of that was her biggest show to date, and so she's going to be hanging out with us. We're putting in some lead songs for her, and we're doing a couple of duets, and So yeah, she's joining us, and then we bring a guy named Evan Hudson in from Alabama to play saxophone with us whenever he's available, and it just really fills out the sound. So
cool, very cool.
Yeah.
So now it's a 5-piece. Is it officially a 5-piece now?
It's officially 5.
I would say officially 5. You know,
okay.
But occasionally 6.
Gotcha.
But it's fun. And me and my wife haven't yet to argue while we're on stage, so that's a plus.
Yeah, that's a major plus.
How long is that going to last, Jeni? How long is that going to last before Jeni, before the wife starts demanding and wanting a little more than maybe she should?
Well, it's been 15 long years for us.
Well, there you go. We've got something to strive for then.
Right.
Well, you see, Alan, my husband has been a sound guy for many, many years, and he's been very, very blessed. He's got the one thing that every man wants for his wife, and that's a mute button.
Yeah. Oh, you hit it right there.
Yeah,
and he uses it.
Yeah. Jeni, you said it. I didn't.
She acknowledges it, right? You own that.
But I'm sorry. Jason's over here chiming in.
I like that guy already.
Yeah. I'll start with Billy. Billy, share some of your influences.
Well, definitely Keith Richards.
Mm-hmm.
I love both the Stones guitarists, Keith Richards and Ronnie Wood. But I love Chuck Berry. I love Prince as well. I mean, I can't play as well as he could, but I play better than Prince does now. Is that too soon?
Oh,
too soon.
Oh.
Too soon. That'll hurt Alan. But when
that's
he was
a good
alive,
way never to be invited back on the show.
No, I'm about good radio, so you know what? It's controversy can be welcome. So go ahead.
I'm the one that's going to hell. You were only listening, so it's okay. So that would probably be it. For like the Chuck Berry. I love Chuck Berry as well. Jimmy Page, all the great guys. I mean, I just anything that I can do and anything I can do that sounds even a little bit like them is great for me. So that would be my biggest influences. But the Stones are my favorite band, definitely.
If only Sean Connery was a lead guitarist with the band, then it'd be.
See, and that's the thing. That's one thing I've got on Sean Connery. I know. Here, I'll give you. Do you want to hear a Sean Connery quote?
Oh my gosh!
Go
Here
for it.
That's from the Untouchables. They pull a knife. We pull a gun. We put one of theirs in the hospital. We'll put one of theirs in the morgue. That's the Chicago way.
That is a soundbite for myself.
Oh,
there
you go.
I had to hit the jump button for that one.
You got to say that's the. Now say it one more time, but go. That's the shooting from the lip way.
That's the shooting from the lip way.
There you go.
There's a soundbite. There's a soundbite. You can use that every week now.
I will milk that for all it's worth. Alan, your influences.
Oh man, there are so many. If I had to narrow it down, I'd like to. I grew up with a mother who was in a band, a pretty successful band in Louisville before I was around, and she would do stuff like the Temptations and the Four Tops, and she had like a Stevie Nicks kind of voice, so she was able to do those type of songs. So Motown is probably my greatest influence. Marvin Gaye. Stevie, those guys, all the boys from the Temptations, and then to be more modern, it'd probably be like John Popper from Blues Traveler, and who else? Billy, Ben Harper. It's a variety of people. I've been influenced from all different angles, and I think that's a plus when you put together a band like we have.
Yeah,
now,
Alan nails that stuff,
yes.
by the way.
like over the years, I don't know if you're like me. Do you pick up a little bit of something from everybody that you hear? Like even I could name a million national artists that I've picked things up from, but even when I go out locally and I watch people, I think over the years I've picked up just as much from people on a local level as I have anybody that I see on TV or hear on the radio. Does that seem to be the case with you as well?
Oh, sure. Like I'll go and watch, somebody like Junction Creek or, Alan Lane, who, I've been friends with for 15 years and, pick up some country, some country characteristics from them. And then I'll go, see Soul River Brown down at Stevie Ray's, and I'll pick up some just solid R&B from them, and it's funny how you not only, like you said, not only national, but these guys you go and see around town, it's just they're all influences on us, I think, and each other, I guess, too. I would like to say.
I guarantee.
I like to think that we all make each other better. I feel like I go out and sometimes I see something, I'm like, oh, I do that, and I'll keep that, or I do that, and I probably won't do it anymore. And I think that the more that we get out and see each other on a local level, the better the whole scene gets.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I think that there's some people out there that may look at it as a competition between local bands, and I surely don't do that. I like to go out and I like to, be influenced by those bands and pick up a few things and maybe, pattern a set list after them or something like that. I see the reception that they're getting from the crowd, and I'll say to Bill or whoever's with me, I was like, man, that's what I want to do.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Absolutely.
Alan, if you need to work on shaking the hips.
Yeah, I think I do.
Sure does.
I would go see, if I had to work on shaking the hips, I'd probably go see Alan Lane. I've seen him shake his hips way too many times. I'm only kidding. I don't know. That's a tough one. It'd have to be some girl lead singer, I guess. I don't see a whole lot of guys shaking their hips.
Luke Bryan does. Come on. Yeah,
come on. Really. Did we go there?
Is he not your idol? Come on. I mean, that's country.
I read somewhere that he's got the lowest vocal range of any professional singer.
I wouldn't. I'm sorry. Yeah, continue.
Yeah. But for some reason, he's sold like 80 million records. I'll never understand it.
Yeah, well, I love music, but I don't love the industry. It's unexplainable.
For the record, we don't do any Luke Bryan songs, but we do a couple Eric Church songs, which go over pretty well. So the fans like the country music, as you well know, Jeni.
Kevin, if we do this again, I got to have one of those little applause buttons, because when he said we don't do any Luke Bryan, I wanted to go, Sorry.
Yeah, you know that meme floating around the internet. It's like a picture of Waylon Jennings, and it says Luke Bryan, never heard of her. That's one of my favorite ones.
I don't even know what the guy looks like.
Exactly.
Well, you just went up in my book, Billy.
Bash, really.
Thank you.
He must be doing something right, I mean, he's sold all those records, but.
Yeah, I'll just keep doing things wrong. I'm okay with that.
Yeah, no, I'm happy to do stuff wrong too.
I wouldn't mind selling like a couple thousand records, though, just so you know.
Well, back in the day, it was never a cool thing to be a one-hit wonder, but I would take it. I'd totally take it.
Yeah.
And there's not a fool out there. Anybody that tells you the truth would not. No, everybody would like to be Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
Say what you want to say about her, but there's not a one of us that wouldn't trade places. Well, you guys might not, but I do like her shoes.
Yeah. Well, I was going to say I don't think I could fit into any of those dresses that she wears.
Yeah, those have gotten smaller as the years have gone by.
Yeah.
It happens.
Yeah. Not for me.
Thankfully, right?
Yeah. I don't know. Depends on who you ask.
I think we might have lost Kevin.
Really?
I think
it seems
we did.
like, yeah. I think we
So
did
are you
lose
guys
him.
playing? Are you guys playing around Louisville this weekend?
We play. Our next gig is a week from tomorrow at Norton Commons at the Chinese tea bistro, but it's an outdoor thing there at Norton Commons.
So that's June 3rd, correct?
June
Is that right?
2nd. June 2nd, I believe. It's a Thursday.
Thursday, June 2nd. Okay.
Yeah. And then we play
4th.
June 4th at Ascension's school picnic out there off of Browns Lane, I believe.
Awesome, great gig.
Yeah, it was pretty fun. But this will be our 3rd year doing it, so it was really fun.
Yeah, they seem to like us there. But we sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, that's okay. I kind of cut you off. I'm just trying to keep things rolling while Kevin's busy.
No.
And did you say that was the following weekend out at Ascension?
No, it's 2 days after.
2 days later.
Oh, on Saturday, June the 4th. Gotcha. Just want to make sure people get it. Awesome.
Yeah, we don't try to play too much, each month. Just because of either family or other things, but. So certain months, they're obviously busier than others, and then sometimes, like July, for example, you try and take 4 weeks off playing, enjoy the summer for other stuff, and of course we all work full time as well, so we try not to play every single weekend. Sometimes it works out that we have to, and other times it's, you get a little break in here and there.
Yeah. Now, Billy, I know you said that your kids are grown, correct? You've got one that's a senior at University of Louisville, correct?
Yeah, I've just got the one. My son, he's a senior at U of L. Yeah, that's correct.
Awesome. I've only got the one as well. Alan, you've got younger kids, right? You've got one going into 8th grade or just finished 8th grade, right?
Yeah, he's finishing 8th grade tomorrow. He'll be a freshman at Ballard next year. He's 14,
really?
And then I've got an 8-year-old who's in the 3rd grade, who's finishing up the 3rd grade. So they
now,
keep me fresh.
Alan, can I ask? Can you hear me? Everybody can hear me now?
Yes. Yeah, you're back. It's great to have you back, Kevin.
It's great to have me back.
Welcome to the show.
My back is a lot better than my front, so all right, there's my back. Alan, your son going to Ballard Middle School is he at?
He's at Barrett. He's been in the traditional program since he was in kindergarten, but he decided to buck the system and go away from the traditional. But he got into Ballard's musical arts program. He's kind of a musical virtuoso. He can play. He's taught himself how to play 3 different instruments. So, and he's so he's going to try that out. And Ballard's got a pretty good music program, from what I understand. So
they do.
I
can vouch for that. My son was part of the chorus there. My daughter's graduating from Camerer, which is right down the street from Ballard, and she's going into Ballard next year as well. And so, just cool thing. Small world. So
yeah,
cool.
Well, maybe they can befriend each other. He can keep an eye out for her.
And vice versa. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dads got to stick together, right?
I forgot what it was like to be a freshman, man. I was probably scared to death.
Oh, man, I can only imagine in this day and age.
Yeah, really.
All right, guys. As we're rounding third and heading for home, share with us your all's social media.
We have a website. It's www.billydavisgroup.weebly.com.
Right.
And the Weebly is WEEBLY. And it's something that my oldest son turned me on to. He can create your own website, and it's free. And so he created it for us, and he set everything up, and he kind of manages it, actually. So we got that going for us, and we've also got a Facebook page. And, just search Billy Davis Group. And at one point in time, we had a Twitter and a Reverb Nation, but I think we've let those fall by the wayside, so I wouldn't worry about those.
Not so much anymore, no. The website and then the Facebook page is probably the biggest ones for sure.
Gotcha.
Your good friend Shannon, she promotes us with Talk Smack Promotions. So
Exactly.
if you ever look on her page, you can probably see, where we're playing if you can't get to our page or website. So
Right.
She does a fantastic job. She does a great job.
Like working with
really
Sam.
hard.
Yeah, she is. She's amazing.
Yeah, she's a real genuine person. Really like her.
Yeah. All right, guys. Came on tonight, killed it, gave us basically your 3-year anniversary with Jeni and I tonight. We got to hear the accent. I got some sound bites.
I have this mental picture of Sean Connery playing guitar now.
Yeah. Sean Connery playing guitar. Alan starting to work on it.
That's a good mental picture.
It is.
You'll be so disappointed when you see me.
Oh.
Alan now is imagining what Billy's O face looks like during the Yeah. So
with fake lashes.
With fake lashes.
Oh my God.
This is just getting better and better.
We need to go all the food groups here.
I know it, and it's almost bedtime. That's a horrible thought to go to bed with.
Take your lashes off.
Unwind, Billy. Unwind.
I'm trying.
Yeah, man. Billy Davis, Alan Haywood, with the band, the Billy Davis Group. You guys came on and killed it, man. Thanks so much for hanging out with Jeni and I tonight. Hey. We will be checking you out soon.
Thank you, and thank you for having us on.
All right. Take care. Be safe.
Care.
All right.
Best wishes, guys.
Cheers.
Bye-bye.
Jeni, that was a fun segment.
Cool.
Yeah. Very cool.
You disappeared there for a little bit. I was kind of like,
And you kept it on.
Oh.
That's the name of the game. When you detect a little bit of dead space or airspace.
It took me a second to realize that you weren't there because I'm like sitting here typing and messing with stuff, and I thought, wait a minute,
well,
it's kind of quiet.
The truth is, I wear a headset, and attached to the cord is some buttons, and one of the buttons is a mute button. So I had leaned up against the button because I'm going, I'm here, but then I looked at my button. It was turned off.
I'm here, but I'm not.
Yeah, so the guys, Alan spoke of Alan. Alan's you've got history with Alan, right?
Yes and no. We just known of each other around. I don't know him personally by any means, and I know that Steve over at Spectators has been really good friends with them for quite some time. We actually met at one of my gigs. We shared a gig over at what's it called? PBR's over at
No. I'm talking Alan Lane. When he mentioned
Alan Lane? Yeah, that Alan. Yeah, we're cool.
We're cool. Okay.
Yeah, we're cool.
Got that out of the way.
Yeah, we anytime I get the opportunity, we do stuff together. Anytime we can share a gig, it's all good.
Jeni, you ready to take this show up a notch? I'm thinking.
Okay.
I'd like to bring on our guest for the next segment, the last segment of the night, Steve Childers.
So, have you met Steve?
Oh, yeah. There actually is some funny history with Steve and I, but Steve, Mr. Childers, welcome to the show.
Hey. What's up?
Hey, Steve.
Hey, Jimmy.
What's up with you, brother?
Oh, man. I am wired. I've been drinking coffee. I'm more of a early to bed kind of person, but changing that up tonight and been digging into some latte, and I am, wound up.
Oh, well then we'll do our best to make the most of this. Good radio.
I'm ready. I'm going to do jumping jacks while we do this, if y'all don't mind.
As long as you breathe hard.
Exactly. As long as, yeah.
That's going to happen within the first 30 seconds. So yeah, you'll get your wish.
Get your wish. Yeah. Yeah, Jeni, Steve and I go back a ways. We first met.
Oh, sure do. Yeah.
Yeah, when we were like, I would say we were under 10 or maybe 10ish in that time frame.
I thought 10. 8 to 10.
Yeah, we were at Shapley Baptist Church, and Steve, even from that day on, from the time I met him till now, is still a pretty boy. He's always been a pretty boy. Now he's a rock and roll star now, but that's
quit it.
It's the truth. So,
that's
so
20 minutes.
Yeah. Steve, share with us. Give us the quick and easy Steve Childers bio.
Well, grew up in the south end of South End in Windsor Forest subdivision, and it was new. I was like the only kid for like a mile or so for a long time. And I had a brother-in-law that had some drums. He brought them over to me, and I fell in love with drums. Didn't really have any kids to play with, so I was friends with drums for many years. Got into high school band and stuff, and just kept on the passion for it. Got into bands. Got into the Christian rock scene early in my life with my cousin Bobby Carby. And wound up getting into a project with the members of Bride. They used to be called Matrix. When we started it up, it was just a three-piece, Dale Thompson and Troy Thompson and myself. And that really fueled the fire with the hair band days and all that stuff, and wound up getting into the cover scene. Got out of that, got into the cover scene. Was in a band called 8-Inch Elvis for many years with many different players and different arrangements. And did that for about 15 years on and off. And
really?
It was a good run. Yeah. And then did some other original. I've always bounced around from original stuff to cover things. I always like playing out. You got to do a little covers and a little original. But I married in '93, and my wife had 2 boys. I had 2 girls, and we had a son between us. So it's been my life up until now, and everybody's gone except for the youngest boy, and we've got 3 little ones that we have as well.
Mm-hmm.
So we got a full house and a lot of music here, and music is a big part of our life. Pretty much it. Just music. You know, it's just for emotional people. We really enjoy the arts. We love it. Love the Lord too, man.
Gotcha.
Amen.
Okay. Yeah. You went to Doss, is that correct, Steve? Okay. Yeah. Just noticed a lot of mutual Doss friends. That's digressing, but I want to know 8-Inch Elvis. What was the what's the rhyme and reason with the name for the record?
I used to toy around with that. Somebody would ask me, a little group of women or something would come up to me and say, "Hey, which one of you all is Elvis?" You know, or where did you get the name? And I would always point to Mike McAfee, the guitar player. I'd say, well, he's got a tattoo on his member that looks like sideburns of Elvis, so it's named after him. And he would never know the stories that I made up for him. But honestly, it was made up. It was named after a bobblehead, a little Elvis bobblehead. Really? It was sitting on it was sitting on a shelf in the. From what I remember, that's been a few years ago, but.
Okay.
I think there was a little 8-Inch Elvis guy on a shelf in our practice place, and we were trying to find a new name because we had different members come in whenever needed a new name. Well, I think we were like Field Trip at one time, and all kinds of different names. But we went with that. Little bobblehead, Elvis. Yeah,
my theory when 8-Inch Elvis, whatever the rhyme and reason behind the name is, my story is that if it's true, then it's not bragging. It's just true, you know. Facts are facts, man.
It was a lot of fun. I really love all those guys, man. You know, you get into bands and stuff, and as you're getting, going through your life, you you have differences. It's like being married. It's having a marriage with every band you're in, and you got to compensate. You got to bend backwards, and you got to step up a little bit sometimes to push. It's just really a balance. And doing a lot of those through the years, man, I think I've really gotten to a point where I feel really, really blessed to be in the project I'm in right now, man. I love these guys to death. Everybody's on the same page. We do it to have fun. We just love each other to death. We do things with each other all week.
Mm-hmm.
We're constantly doing things together. We're best friends for sure.
Well, with Van Waylon, the band you're currently with now, it's my understanding you've been with them less than a year, correct?
Yeah, Mike just told me tonight it was like 8 months, but we had quite a bit of time off. When we get through or up to the Christmas season, he's a over-the-road driver for UPS, so he gets really busy leading up to Christmas and all that stuff. But we take off the holiday seasons, and that's our time to we just started, this past year announcing that would be our time to reboot and get things lined up and get songs going from one to the other and, making the melodies and doing the show, So we're really excited, man. Things are going along really well. And with the add of Marty Triplett as well, it's really changing up the game. And we're not really sure how we're going to form it just yet, but we just know that it's going to be good. And we're just doing our homework and listening and YouTubing and trying to get a vibe, and things are starting to come together. It's really cool. I really enjoy it.
Now, Steve, you guys played at the county line this past weekend at the benefit. Share with us that experience for you guys.
It was really fun. Everybody was on fire. Of course, we got there. I was watching everybody's live feed from Shannon Lee's YouTube or Facebook page, and it was kind of cool because I was trying to, at this point in my life, I try to get as much rest as I can before I play because you start getting weary and things just happen wrong. So I was trying to rest as much as I could before I got there at a later time. But it was really a really together feeling, man, with Chris Wellbear from Moose Knuckle and everybody. He's a great friend of mine. He's an electrician as well. I'm an electrician. And just everybody, a community of musicians in this town, or in this, I guess I'd say in this circle that I'm seeing starting to form. There's a lot of love there. Yeah, there's a lot of respect. It needs to really keep blossoming that way. We've often said we'd like to have guests come up almost every show. Somebody come out and work a song up with them pre to that show and then perform it. Just trying to show the town, all the talent that's out there. Mm-hmm. Everybody just kind of come together. And that's what I felt about that show was everybody was really, really respectful to each other and glad to hear the money it was raised. That was awesome. And Shannon's really cool. Chris is great. Everybody's just super friendly.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to throw this.
And you dance great, by the way, dude. You rock out. It's good to see a man go out into the dance floor and spin like he's a whirlwind, rocking out.
Now, see, I think this is the first time I'm actually blushing on my show, so props to you, Stone Cold.
Are you hitting the mute button right now?
Yeah, I should be. Actually, I should be muting your button, but I'm not.
Yeah, right.
Jeni, let me throw this at Jeni, and Steve, you can chime in, because you brought up a point where, for these benefits, you got several musical acts. In this case, you had several types of, several genres, involved.
Yeah, it was cool.
How is it? Now, let me throw this at Jeni first. Jeni, I think we've talked about this in the past, but, is it because the music scene here in Louisville is starting? I mean, to me, it's heavy. There's so much. There really is a lot of talent here, and there's probably, and I hate to call out some other people whoever listening, there's still bands that are still finding their way and trying to kind of fit in with the music scene, but egos. How difficult is it for these benefits to really take off when you got so many personalities involved, Jeni?
I have been in some that become extremely uncomfortable And to be honest, it does take certain types of people to be able to get out there and support each other. What's the words I'm looking for? Well, I guess for lack of a better phrase or anything, while keeping your ego aside, if you will.
Mm-hmm.
But I've been in many situations where it only takes one little ego to flare up, and then somebody else's is going to fluff up. Then the next person's is going to get bigger, and the next person's going to get bigger. And I've seen it happen so many times. But you know what? The cool thing about this past weekend is there were no egos in that room.
Mm-mm.
And Kevin, I know that you and I together have been present at a particular function where you couldn't hardly walk because the ego was so thick in there.
Right.
But that was not the case at all this weekend. The coolest people, it just came together for the coolest event. I think a lot of it has to do with who's also putting on the benefit and how it's put out there and who it's for and all that sort of thing. But I was so thrilled to walk into a room where literally everybody had open arms. It was just really a cool weekend.
Yeah, open arms, good way to put it.
Can you give us a line from that Journey song, Jeni?
Which one?
The open arms one.
Oh, yeah, I could, but not this late at night.
Okay, not this. Now, Steve, with Van Waylon, you guys are adding, or you have original music as well.
Yes. We're starting into that. Van Waylon had one already when I joined them, and we kind of revamped that a little bit and puffed it up a little bit and threw some boom in it. And we're working on some new stuff. We haven't really got to a point where we can really get the time to do that. That's coming soon.
Very cool. Very cool. What kind of dynamic do you bring to, in this case, Van Waylon, or you bring to a band? Because I've seen you play with 8-inch Elvis. I've seen you play several times with Van Waylon. You are a machine back there, and you're so into it. How do you kind of what would be the best way to say what you bring to the whole mix?
I don't consider myself a fantastic drummer. I do my job. It's tough when you're playing all night long to stay in that pocket all night long. Of course, there's a lot of things you wish you would have done after you played a song and didn't play things right or wrong or whatever. But I'll tell you what, something that I feel when I'm playing is I try to relay the dynamic of the songs and the builds and the emotion in the song with the percussion. And I've always been that way. And even in your body language, you can really, people can read that off of you, and it really works. It really, they feel my artistry when I'm playing. I feel, and that's good. That's what I want to do. I want them to feel what I'm feeling. I want them to feel my builds or whatever. It's cool, man. I just really dig it. It's awesome. Every drummer would say the same thing. You don't have to be the fastest bass drum player in the world to relay that emotion, that dynamic, and songs. And a lot of times, simple is best.
No. There you go. Jeni, do you you've been doing the the solo thing for a while now. What is it about playing with the band that you potentially miss? I mean, is it that that added percussion? Is that what would be that?
Oh man, I could probably I could make a list on that. It's absolutely the added percussion because somebody else is laying down that groove, and I don't necessarily have to worry about about keeping it going and that sort of thing. Not to mention, just when you get the emotion and the build of 4 or 5 people on stage, and the way you can actually play off of each other and build it up for the people that are watching, and not to mention the fact that I never wanted to be a musician in any way, shape, or form. never claimed to be a musician. I miss the days of just being able to have my arms free and just sing. That's all I care to do is to just sing, and that's probably what I miss the most, just being able to concentrate on that and that alone.
And an excellent job at that, might I say.
Oh, thank you so much.
You're welcome. You're awesome. Fantastic.
Oh, thank you. So are you.
Yes, she is. Steve, I'm going to throw what I call my round of shots. These are 6 question-answer, meant for fun, quick Q&A type thing. So you'll be fine. You'll be fine. First one. What was your first concert you attended?
First concert. Oh, wow. Ronnie James Dio in Dawkins at Louisville Gardens.
Oh.
Wow.
With the members of Bride, yeah. Ronnie James Dio. Yeah, it was cool.
Okay.
Mhm.
That was heavy.
Oh, yeah, I love Dio. I still love him.
Dio.
Still love that stuff.
Number 2, if you're not playing the drums, what would be a instrument that you would pursue or want to be accomplished with?
I would say piano.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, piano for sure, because everything else stems from that. But,
right.
Yeah, just love piano. Love it.
Okay.
That would be it.
Number 3, if for one night you could play with any music act or singer or whatever, who would that be? Or band?
Probably Jeni Carr.
Oh, I was hoping you were going to say that.
You know
That's $10, right? What's
my
your
second
address?
choice. My second choice, oh, wow. Man, I don't know. That's a hard one for a drummer because, man, I love everything from pop to metal to country to everything. I like to jam out with somebody like Usher or somebody. That would be cool. I like that groove. I like that funk. You know. And then again, at the same time, Jason Aldean, I would just be on fire.
There you go.
So that's a 2-part answer.
Yeah, I can offline. I'll do my best to try to see if we can make that number 1 choice happen sooner than later. How about that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Aaron Spears, his drummer, is phenomenal. I watch him all the time. He's killer. He's awesome.
Number 4. Tell us about a scar you have and how did you get it?
Oh, no. Can I say this on? Okay.
There's FCC doesn't regulate me on this show, so.
Okay. Now I got an interesting one. I have a scar on my left hand, on the tip of my finger. When I was like about the age that you knew me at, my mom went out of town somewhere with her company and came back, something she worked for, and came back and brought me one of those marionette puppets. It's a bird that has styrofoam balls. That you build this thing, you build the bird and you got the feathers on it and all that stuff, and it's a marionette puppet. And I was cutting a styrofoam ball with a knife on the kitchen counter. I was holding that ball. When I sliced down through it, I cut the whole end of my finger off.
Holy hell.
Yeah, man, yeah, it wasn't good. It wasn't good at all. Yeah, so I got a scar there. I look at it all the time. I remember that.
I was going to get ready to say, does that affect it doesn't affect your drumming, though, does it?
No, not at all. No,
okay.
No, they just, it looks normal.
Or does it, or anything that you would use your, never mind. All right, number 5.
Well,
name a pet peeve while playing, performing during a gig.
A pet peeve while playing?
Yeah.
That's a tough one. I guess my pet peeve is daggone.
Is it something that Mike is doing on stage? Because I think he's listening to the show right now. But is it something that Mike is doing that just?
Well, something I get aggravated with is my. I've got what they call it. It's where your ears go numb after playing for so long throughout the night. All that noise and stuff, you lose your tone. If you bring the night, you set your drums up, and I'll smack the drums a little bit, like it's all boom, boom, all nice and warm. By the end of the night, it's like, they sound like cardboard, so I need the in-ears. I'm ready to graduate to that and try to keep that noise level down because I have the tinnitus a little bit. I can lay here and hear screaming for years. But that kind of sucks.
Okay. Oh, actually, that's I hadn't heard that one, but that definitely makes sense. So.
Yeah,
it is a real
way better
thing
out there where you all are at. Yeah.
Jenny, while you're on here, what's one of your pet peeves, Jenny, while you're performing?
And this is just being nitpicky because I've been on the show several times and I'm always throwing out a different answer. But a super hot room, I can't stand to be entirely too hot when I'm playing. I got to have a fan.
Yeah.
Got to have some fresh air. I mean, I'm all about sweating, slinging some sweat and all that, but I got to have some fresh air flowing somewhere somehow. Otherwise, I get all choked up.
Easy with the slinging sweat there, Jenny. Please do that for me. Just kidding.
Sorry, slinging sweat and choked up.
Yeah.
Keep it easy.
guys listening to the show, line up. Those that sweat is free. So if you want to sample some of that salty stuff from Jenny, get in front of her while
front row only.
You're a front row only.
Jenny shot. Get it right.
Jenny shot. Oh, Jenny shot. There you go. Serve it up. A Jenny shot. All right, guys. Last one for you, Steve. If you had access to a time machine and you go anywhere in the past, anywhere, dinosaurs, medieval, whatever.
No.
Anywhere you want to go, where would you go? And just be part of the scene or check out.
Oh, wow. I would say it would be music related, probably. It would be the 70s. I'd want to see those original showings of Hendrix and Led Zeppelin, the early times. It would just be amazing to see that happen for the first time.
Yeah.
Oh. There you go. All right, Steve, you just finished your round of shots. There you go.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like exercising, baby.
Let's share with us some of the Van Waylon gigs, events that you guys got coming up.
We are off this weekend, and I think it's was it June 4th? I'm horrible about schedule. June 4th is the next one coming up, and it's Stevie Ray's. We'll do an audition night on Saturday night, June 4th, at Stevie Ray's from like 6:30 to 9. Pretty sure that's the time, which is a good one for all the guys I know because everybody likes to go out and check it out and then go home and get in bed by 10. Yeah. But anyways, that's coming up. We've got a show in Nashville. Well, no, actually, the show here with St. Luke and the Drifters, some friends of Les's and his dad's. They're coming up here to share a night at the county line, and we're really looking forward to that. It's going to be an awesome night, and then we're going to share a night with them down in Nashville with them, warming up for them for their CD release party. So there you go, open arms again. Sharing the love, share a night there, here, there. So that's coming up, and not real sure. We got some private parties coming up. Kind of light this year. It's busy, but it's kind of light on the club scene. We're just staying with the ones we know that we love, and that's County Line, and there's one up in Indiana, Rusty Bucket. They're really cool with us, and just trying to stay steady and give to those that appreciate it.
I hear you. I have to share this. I don't know if you saw this. Dustin Collins. Do you know Dustin, Steve?
Yeah.
Yeah. He was on. I was on your Facebook page. I thought it was cool. He was doing an interview with the 105.5 radio station, and he's sporting the Van Waylon shirt. Pictures of it.
It's a cool emblem, I have to say. It's a cool logo.
Cool.
I really dig it. Mike's done a great job with all that. Mike's such a witty person when it comes to thinking things up. He's 100 mile an hour with it, for sure.
I know.
But, I saw that. It was cool. I like seeing people wearing the shirts and stuff. It's cool.
Yeah, the person that's wearing the shirt, the female that's wearing the shirt, I guess on your all's home page, web page, that's not a bad look either. So I'm just saying.
It seems to be a popular trend with those being sent in for the T-shirt Tuesday. We're trying to get established a T-shirt Tuesday, but it seems to be mid-shots quite often. I don't know. We try to throw the kids in there with their little shirts on and this, that. Next thing you know, it's all chest.
Yeah. You girls,
okay.
Jeni. You chicks.
Well, hey, whatever sells your shirts, honey.
Exactly.
That's right. I love it.
We're here for you.
Man, thank you so much.
Steve, speaking of social media, where are the best places to find you guys on the social media scene?
Just Facebook right now. We're operating strictly off Facebook. There's a few sites that I think are still maybe up and running, but they're not maintained, and we're in the midst of tweaking all that in and getting it redone. But we'll probably just operate off of Facebook pretty much.
That's cool. Got it.
Yeah. It's easy to get to. Everybody's there,
Exactly. Yeah. Yes, we are. Van Waylon is the band. Steve Childers is the man. Steve. Yeah, Steve, thanks for coming on and hanging with Jeni and I tonight. And appreciate the time. Good luck to all the gigs. You're a good man, and keep doing what you're doing.
Thank you. Thanks, Jeni. Thanks, Kevin.
Thank
Appreciate
you.
it.
Have a great weekend off.
Yes.
We'll see you soon.
All right. Take care, Steve.
Take care,
Bye-bye.
you guys.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Wrapping up the show, Jeni Carr co-hosting with me tonight, Louisville singer-songwriter, recording artist, a very talented musician in her way. Tonight's guests, Billy Davis and Alan Haywood from the Billy Davis Group. Some nice sound bites from Mr. Davis there, and I appreciate that. And then finishing the night off with our buddy Steve Childers, drummer with the band Van Waylon. A very solid show tonight. Entertaining show. These are, to me, what the Wednesday night shows are made of, where I love to just reach out to the local music scene, and the talent here in town blows me away. And so it's fun for me, fun for our show to interact with the local bands, help in any way we can, our show, to promote and help spread the word with the local music scene, because there's a lot of talented people, a lot of good people. That's the most important thing too. Is I've got to meet so many people in the last year doing this show and promoting bands, but what I've made a lot of friends along the way, and a lot of good people. So that's the fun part. That's a good part. And and then to go listen to these guys is like the icing on the cake, because these guys, Van Waylon, they kill it every time I see them. Very, very good band. I'm looking forward to getting out and hanging with the Billy Davis Group and jamming with those guys. So another good show. One thing I realized I didn't do is plug my social media, which I'm going to do right now. You can find our show on the SoundCloud app, the Stitcher app. You can subscribe to our show on iTunes. We're also on blogtalkradio.com/shootingfromthelip, Twitter @theshootinglip, my Twitter @KevinHale423. You can like us, follow us on Facebook and Instagram, Shooting from the Lip. Let me plug Jeni. Jeni's on Facebook. You can find her on Facebook with the URL Jeni, JENI.Carr1. She's also on there as Jeni Carr Music. You can also find her on her website, JeniCarr.com. She's on Twitter. She's on Instagram. She is a social media diva. I say that with all due respect. Love Jeni. And Jason. shout out to you. Good to see you guys this past weekend. Jeni is performing this coming Friday at the Haywood Fair. Is that? I'll say that's right. At the Haywood Park this coming Friday night. So check her out there. And as usual, follow us on Facebook and our social media, and we'll be passing on all of the info with as many bands as I interact with and can help along the way. So from me to you, I bid you a good night and a pleasant day. Kevin Hale signing off. Later, people.
At no time were any animals or people hurt during this presentation of Shooting from the Lip.